So growing up, we had a farm. We had 70 acres in Nowata. My grandpa had a farm down in Marietta. So I was the youngest son. So my job was always to open gates, right? You drive up to a gate and you got to open the gate. Just kind of a rite of passage, I guess, for the youngest kid. But the most frustrating thing was that no gate ever works. You always got to pick up on the end and then drag it, or there's always some kind of catch to it. So if you grew up on a farm, you know what I'm talking about. So a pet peeve of mine is that I want gates that work. So I'm dedicated to the art of gate hanging, that all of our gates will work the way they're intended to work. So today, we've been working on this fence here, so we're gonna put a little walk-through gate right here. And since we have goats, goats will get out of just about anything. So you can buy the gates with the little welded wire on them. I couldn't find any of those, so I bought these regular utility gates and then came in and welded these cattle panels on the back side of it. So it's a pretty cheap way to get a gate that a goat's not going to get out of. One of the kids, the little goats, they could go through these 4x4 squares, but as long as they're with their mom, even if they do get out, they're going to go back in. So not really concerned about that. So we're going to hang this gate. We're going to do it the right way, hopefully, and that way our goats are safe and we can get in and out easy, and everybody will have a good time. So another problem with gates is that if you have dogs, we've got 2 dogs, we've got Buddy and then we got Rome here. So if you have dogs that, like my dogs, they like to dig. So when you go out a gate, they know that they can get out of that gate. So if they can't go over it or through it, then they're going to try to go under it. So one thing I've started doing is taking 4x4s or even some logs down in the woods, and we just put them underneath it. You know, that way it deters them from digging. They could still dig, but if they dig, they're probably not going to get out, and they're probably going to get frustrated pretty quick. So put those underneath. You have to be careful if it's a drive-through gate that it's ground level, but these are just walk-through gates, so I'm going to actually leave them, you know, up above the ground level, but that way the dogs don't get in and out, and it makes the gate straight. We're going to measure this. The gate we measured over there was 46 and a half, which is just almost perfect, but it wouldn't quite hammer in there, so just gonna have to shave a little bit off of it. Yeah. Not sure. I don't think so. How would he get in?
Huh?
I said, how would he get in?
Well, right there.
Go grab that level. Okay, see that's level. That way you can see the bubble on top. So we'll need it down a little bit more. I'll try. Hold that.
Do I need it?
No. Okay, now try.
you can go in the woods in your own pen, right? Come on. See, now you're with your buddies. Or not.
What?
He went in the pen, then he got out.
We're going to use these lag screws. They're a little bit easier than lag bolts and stronger than screws. That way you can just drill them in. They're nice for holding 4x4s together. They keep it nice and strong. Alright, so these are our hangers. They're going to screw into the wood. So whenever you're drilling the holes, you want to make sure you get a drill bit that's just a little bit smaller than these here. That way whenever you drill it in, this will go in easy, but it still has some bite on the wood so it doesn't pull out. That's one of the reasons a lot of gates don't work. Either this pulls out and gets crooked, or sometimes your post didn't set well, and that's what makes it end up dropping. So we're going to drill it, then we'll screw this in, then we'll hang the gate on that. I'm going to pick this into position. I need you to put a mark where the next hole needs to go. So just right, a little lower. It's got to go underneath it, right there.
Right here?
Lower, where my finger is. Yep. Okay. This is a scrunch. It's a chainsaw tool, but it also has a screwdriver on one end and two little hex edges on the other end. It's a good multi-tool, and we're going to use it to screw this in so we can get a little bit more leverage while I'm turning this hanger. Tried to use some channel locks a few days ago and snapped them in half, so need to upgrade our turning game. If I break this scrunch, then I have to find something else. If your hole isn't big enough, it's going to be really hard to turn. So you can use a cheater bar, which is just a piece of pipe. You put on the end of this and it gives you more leverage and makes it easier to turn. But we had just the right size drill bit, so this is about perfect. That. All right, so the bottom needs to go
Out on the other side.
in. All right, hand me those pliers. This top one is adjustable, so we need to make sure that it's on there right.
It is. It's on there good.
we're going to put this here as a little stop plate. We only want this gate to swing in and it clears. So we're going to put this as a stop plate. That way whenever you open the gate and swing it back, it automatically comes back to where it needs to go. There we go.
So here it is, the finished product of our gate. It's important to have good gates when you have goats because goats are very curious, so they'll try to get through and just find a way out of the fence. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.